So hello friends and yogis and friends yet to be acquainted. I'm Ashley Lynn Caputo. Unfortunately, Amy couldn't be with us this evening. She is at the dentist, so sending her love and blessings. But so happy you're all here for Thankful Thursday. And so for tonight's Thankful Thursday, we're going to work on some things that will balance out the second chakra, or our sacral chakra, known as Svadhisthana. So to begin, just find a place where you can be quiet and comfortable. You don't have to be cross-legged like I am, but you can be if that's comfortable for you. All right? And then I'll invite you to take your hands, make a little V, and place that over the abdomen, lengthening up through the spine. You can soften your gaze or close your eyes completely. And we'll take some of those nice, deep, three-part breaths. If you're a yogi, it's called Dirga breathing. And if you're not, that's fine. It's just deep diaphragmatic breathing, so you can think about inhaling and filling your belly and then your ribs all the way up to your collarbones, and then exhaling, reversing the direction. At the base of the exhale, the navel muscles come a little bit in. Just taking those nice, calming, centering breaths here. And perhaps repeating the following mantra silently to yourself. I find balance at the core of my being. Knowing transitions are opportunities for my growth. I find balance at the core of my being. Knowing transitions are opportunities for my growth. And so this hand position in yoga is known as a mudra, and it's Trimurti mudra, which is the gesture of the Trinity for moving through life's transitions. And you can keep your eyes closed or softly focused as I read a meditation that I wrote. And so Anna Isanin said, our life is composed greatly from dreams, from the unconscious, and they must be brought into connection with action. They must be woven together. And isn't it interesting, I wonder if you already know, that your beautiful subconscious mind has so much power. You know, many of the answers to our problems, our questions, and even dreams can be found here if we take the time to listen and cultivate the answers that are available. Many of us spend incredible amounts of time ruminating over what happened yesterday or worrying about how tomorrow will go. Do we not? What would it be like to take that time and drop down inside and ask with a mindful curiosity what the best solution to a challenge might be? Or what would it feel like to accomplish a goal you set for yourself? Taking the time to drop down in and dream is a powerful tool in achieving peace and tapping into your own power. And so I'd like to invite you now to let come to mind something you like to experience or accomplish, whatever that might be for you. Just bringing it up. Maybe you're seeing it, feeling it, hearing it, whatever it is, it's fine. And that's right. And now imagine what it would feel like once this becomes your reality, or if you've already experienced it, what it did feel like. And just be there now, noticing what you notice. You can see what you see, hear what you hear, or feel anything you do feel. And now ask your subconscious mind what the next step is to getting you there or back there. And let whatever answer comes to you first just appear. There's no way for you to do this wrong, just letting it happen. The mind is amazing. And then just breathing into that. Nice. And then when it's right for you, gently come back and maybe open the eyes. You can shake out your hands a little bit. And so the sacral chakra is in our abdomen. The glands that are, so each of our 7 chakras that we speak about in this class anyway, are represented by a gland. So the sacral chakra is going to be our ovaries, testes, or the general area where they are or were if you have had them taken out. And so there's 2 different ways that we can work on this. So we can do a calming mantra, which would be ooh. And to do so, you would press your ring fingers together right in front of your abdomen and just go ooh. And inhaling in. So note that the sound is very long and drawn out, so it's calming. And if you feel like you need a little bit more energy down there, then you're going to interlace those ring fingers, pull them apart in front of the abdomen. And the sound is going to be more rapid fire, and it's vom, 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 vom. I make these little mnemonics, so I think of like vroom, vroom, the sacral chakra. So you want to rev it up if you want to get juicy up there. So let's see what else I have for us. Oh, Amy couldn't be here today, but she did draw a tarot card for us, and it is the Two of Cups. And what did she? She sent me a note for what it represents. So the Two of Cups is representative of the sacral chakra because it's a balance between the divine feminine and the masculine energy. So the feminine is going to be your left side of your body, and the masculine is the right. And this is that divine balance. And it's creative, getting creative with others. So thank you, Miss Amy. And she does those private tarot card readings and makes some yummy snacks too. So if you're experiencing underactivity in the sacral chakra, you might be feeling kind of a lack of emotion. You might be guarded, or you might have a lack of desire, a lack of passion. You might be experiencing poor social skills or self-deprivation. And so an oil for that, doTERRA's cinnamon, is a good oil if you're experiencing the underactive side. Now, if you're experiencing an overactive sacral chakra, you might have compulsions, tension, frustration, hypersensitivity, being overly emotional, or you might even have some emotional dependency going on. And so doTERRA's grapefruit is the oil du jour for that. So now if you're having a balanced sacral chakra, which is what we all want to achieve, right? Then you're going to experience healthy creative expression. So this is like your center of creativity. And healthy boundaries. You'll be generous and giving, but you're also going to have time for yourself. You'll be self-nurturing. And so we can get into a nice little gentle practice because, again, it's nurturing. And so if you're practicing along or if you're watching this on a recording, by the way, if you're not able to be here for any of the live Thankful Thursdays, we do post them on the YouTube channel, which is just simply Ashley Lynn Caputo. It takes about 24 hours till they're up and running, but that way you don't have to search through Facebook if you missed one. So by the way, the color is orange, so that's why the orange bowl is out. The note is D, and it had a little orangey kind of scarf. So we'll come to all fours, known as table position. And of course, honor your own body at all times. We can do some cat-cows here. So you can exhale and round. Inhale and arch, getting the spine juiced up. So you can do regular cat-cows, or you can do some hip circles, maybe adding them on. You can do some barrel rolls, so this doesn't have to be a very specific. You can kind of just go with what feels to be the best for you or works for your body. So of course you can always stay here. If it's comfortable for you to lie down on your tummy, then come on down. We're going to bring our hands, I just realized the bowl is probably blocking me, but the hands are going to be next to our rib cage here, and the elbows hug into the body. We're going to press our toenails into the mat and engage every part of the leg. And then on an inhale, gently lift up into a cobra, Bhujangasana. And then exhale down. So your elbows are hugging in. Inhale up and let it be gentle. You don't want any pressure in the lower back. And so by pressing those toenails down and engaging the legs, that should help to avoid that. Again, inhale up and exhale down. So you can continue cobra, you can hold cobra, or if you do a lot of yoga, you can come into Dhanurasana or bow pose by grabbing the feet and lifting up. So that half wheel. And then simply coming back up. Some other poses that are appropriate for sacral chakra would be a camel. So gentle camel would just be supportive. If you're a yogi, you can either tuck your toes or keep them flat. you're going to be pressing as much forward as possible. And you want to make sure that you're going back evenly. And then press all the way forward. Your head can go all the way back or chin tucked. Just taking a few breaths here if you're doing camel or Strasana. Remember to bring the hands back if you went into the full. And go ahead and sit down. Go ahead and counterpose by arching your spine back into that cat. I like to shift my hips a little bit side to side as well. So another pose that's good for the sacral chakra is known as Malasana or yogic squat. So if this looks impossible, you can always take some props, and if you don't have blocks, you can use whatever you got at home to make it a more restorative pose there. And then we'll sit down on our asana, I like to say. And you're just going to let your legs be comfortably wide for you. So, Upavista Konasana, or wide-legged split. It doesn't have to be a torture position, by the way. So this is a very easy position for me, but you can take pillows or a bolster. You can add some props and just kind of fold forward and take some deep breaths here. Hands up represents being open and receptive. Palms down is grounding. So just taking a moment, if you're following along, to have a few breaths in that pose. And feel your hips opening up as you're rooted down. And just releasing any tension. We store a lot of tension, sometimes past hurts and traumas in our sacral area, our hips. And so the more you keep with the breath, that deep, slow breathing, the more open they become. So I like to say that our bodies can be kind of like storage dumps where we hold on to traumas. Whereas, if an animal gets, into a little bump or something like that, they shake and they shake and they shake and then they let it go. But we hold on to things. So the more you can just let go, the easier it becomes. And then when you're ready, you'll slowly bring the legs back in. You can windshield wipe the knees side to side here. Just enjoying. So we're not going to come into standing, but goddess, so Devyasana, and triangle, Trikonasana, are great standing poses. But like I said, we want to be very nurturing for the second chakra, so I'm keeping us on the ground today. And then we're going to slowly lower ourselves back onto the ground all the way. So you can inhale the arms up and lift the hips into a gentle bridge, a gentle Sattu Bandhasana. Maybe you hold it. Maybe you exhale down. If you want to do restorative, you can take a block or some other prop, 3 different levels. So it can be low, medium, or high. Just opening up the hips, getting that gentle back bend. Obviously only doing that if it's appropriate for you. Just noticing what you notice. Maybe even envisioning the color orange. If you're on a block, make sure you lift your hips up to remove it and roll down very gently and slowly. You can bring your arms out to a gentle T here. And we're going to take both knees over to the right as we look towards the left, keeping that left shoulder on the ground. So a supine twist, just taking some of those nice deep breaths here. And then bring the knees back up and switch sides. You can bring your knees up if it's appropriate for you. You can hug your knees in, or you can open up into that happy baby, Ananda Balasana, which is almost like goddess pose, only on the floor. If you like to stretch one or both legs out, similar to the wide-legged forward fold, feel free. And then Another great pose that's very restorative in nature is reclined bound angle, or Supta Baddha Konasana. And so you can use whatever you have, whether it's pillows or yogic props. You're going to make yourself, so you're going to bring your butt up to the pillow or bolster, however it is. Your knees are going to part off to each side. So if that's not comfortable for you, you can always place blocks, books, whatever you have at home underneath those knees. Sometimes it's nice to have a little extra cushion under the neck, and you can just hold here and breathe, and you can remain there for a moment. I'm actually going to play the bowls. Hopefully they'll sound okay on the mic. And so both are going to be the D note. The first one is going to be the Tibetan bowl. And now I'll play the D note on the crystal bowl. So the beauty of doing this practice at home is you can stay as long as you like. However, if you would like to come out, then gently begin to bring some movement back into the fingers and the toes, deepening the breath, maybe moving the neck side to side. And maybe you can roll your wrists and ankles. And when it's right for you, gently making your way back up. Whatever way works best for you. So if you roll to the right side, that's going to be energizing. If you roll into that fetal position on the left side, that's going to be calming. And so thank you guys so much for showing up. And again, I'm available for yoga, hypnosis, yoga therapy, and some NLP, some Reiki, etc. And Amy's available for yoga. She makes yummy treats and her tarot card readings, which are amazing. We'll post the information on the video. And thank you all for showing up. Remember to find something to be thankful for today. Bye. Namaste.